Hello, welcome to Venus entering Aries. And I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Hello, my astrology lovers. We are going to talk about Venus entering Aries and embracing passion with confidence, okay? And we're diving into this transit of Venus entering Aries. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, values, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's going to bring a wave of fiery energy, okay? And we're going to get some passion involved here. A lot of things going on. So, astrology and tarot enthusiasts, please don't forget to subscribe and like. And what else is it that you can do? Be a part of this beautiful, small community here. I am Danyell. Not only do I do astrology, which you're here for, I also do tarot readings, which you can also watch in my videos. Now, also, in addition to this, every time I put up a video on YouTube, I will add a Patreon video. So go ahead and join my Patreon. It is only $4 a month, and it unlocks some bonus content. I will have some personalized readings. I will pick some what do I call it? Members. I will pick some members who join my Patreon and do any readings for you. So you can ask a question and I would do an individual reading for you. I could also do astrology too, so we can get into that. But in my Patreon, I break down astrology even more than this video and also supports my channel. So and I dive deeper in a world of tarot as well. So connected to this video with the Patreon, what I will have is a tarot reading for Venus entering Aries. So if you're interested in having a tarot reading with that, then go ahead and join my Patreon. I'm going to be discussing love with Venus and Aries, passion, what you're passionate about with Venus and Aries, and also self-discovery, because it's all about the self. Now, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit choppy. I see that the internet is acting a little shady, and that is because Mercury is currently retrograding. So apologies for that, but I cannot stop it from doing that, right? Okay. Yeah. So let's address some Venus themes. I'm going to explain what Venus, the planet, represents. And first of all, planets in astrology represents different energy and aspects of our personality and our life experiences. For example, Venus represents love, beauty, and harmony, just some of the things that Venus represents. And Mars, a different planet, which is as like men are from Mars, represents our energy and passion and our assertiveness, right? So Venus is also the ruler of Taurus and Libra, if you know anything about astrology already. So, representatives of Venus, people who have strong Venus energy, are people who bring beauty into the world. So, like a painter, someone who does sculptures, even actors, right? Authors, musicians, designers, cosmetologists. No, not cosmetics. People who are into cosmetics, architects, people who are just very attractive as well. Okay. It makes me think of like people who represent beauty, and you may think of like Kim Kardashian, who is a Libra. Okay. Also, themes with Venus is feeling, the ability to give and take, desire for union, connection, merging into one, sensory pleasure. So, like your hearing and smelling and touching and tasting and seeing. So, like going to a nice restaurant and it smells good, the food smells good, there's nice music, the people looks good, the ambiance is great, you're in a very comfortable chair. That is Venus, okay? Because you're enjoying all of the sensories. Venus also represents the female energy, sensuality, gracefulness, social interaction, social affection, enjoyment of anything that is beautiful, love and romance, beauty and aesthetics, art and creativity, harmony and balance is very Venus, okay? Did I said pleasure and sensuality? I think. What else do we have? The enjoyment of life, relationship dynamics, relationship and growth, values and principles, like what we find important in life. That is also Venus. And social interaction, I said, but the charm and the ability to relate to others. Venus also represents finances, so financial matters, our approach to money, material possessions are in our financial decisions, self-expression, aesthetics and what we prefer, especially in art and fashion and design, emotional well-being, our emotional health, relationship patterns, themes in relationships, what we are attracted to, what is attracted to us, self-worth and self-esteem, very peaceful energy. Venus influences our ability to promote peace and harmony in interactions. Luxury. I keep thinking I hear something. Oh, my window is open up there. Luxury, our relationship to luxury, indulgence, and the finer things in life. Okay, we're going to discuss this and how it connects to Aries. Relationship with nature, too, with the outdoors, our connection with nature and the natural world, cultural appreciation, influences on our appreciation for different cultures and traditions and customs. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you look at a traditional someone from a different world and their traditions and find it beautiful? That's Venus. So, and then lastly, our relationship with food. That is Venus. Cooking and dining experiences and making the food even look very pretty, and you want to eat it. That's all Venus. Now, let me tell you some of the negative things with Venus. Venus, the planet. We're not even on Aries yet, but Venus, the planet, far as like aspects of our life, is dealing with temptation, longing for something, being phony, having lack of taste, addicted to amusement, easily seduced, compulsive, laziness, because you're basking in all this comfortableness and sensory that it causes you to be lazy. You could be cruel, a snob, like this is, I'm just too good for this. There's superficialness, indulgence, leading to a lack of deepness in your relationships and your pursuits, and overly concerned with just surface appearances, and overindulgence in pleasure, such as food and luxury or material possessions, which could lead us into issues of excessive and imbalance. I'm a Sagittarius rising, so Jupiter is my ruling planet. Jupiter currently, as I do this video, is in the sign Taurus. Now, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. Right now, I am going to admit that shopping and materialism has taken over. And I can't wait. Let's just say I cannot wait until Jupiter enters Gemini, which will be happening, I think, in May, if I remember. Anyway, jealousy, dependency, reliance on others for validation and for self-worth. Venus can be possessive, so especially in matters of love and relationships, leading to a feeling of insecurity and distress. Indecisiveness, because remember, it's the ruler of Libra, so Venus desires harmony and balance. So sometimes that leads to having a difficult time making decisions because you want everything to be nice and even keeled, and especially when it comes to matters of the heart, because we are dealing with Venus. Over idealistic, expecting perfection and unrealistic standards when it comes to your partners. Conflict avoidance, because again, that Libra-ness, it prefers to avoid any confrontation. Again, materialism, wealth over meaningful or spiritual pursuits, and over pleasure seeking. Okay, immediate gratification is what you get. So now let's talk about Aries. So we talked about Venus, the planet. Now let me explain Aries. And zodiac signs represent different qualities and characteristics. A planet in a particular sign will express its energy in a way it's influenced by the quality of the sign. For example, Venus in Aries, Venus is the love and beauty, and now we have Aries, and it could be assertive and independent. Now, Aries is the first zodiac sign, and there's a lot of firsts, and there's a lot of me, there's a lot of self. Think of the number one, solo, uno. So that is what you get with that. Also, there's fire. all the fire signs, because Aries is a fire sign, is going to be very motivational, very passionate. Okay. And it's a masculine, oops. And it's a masculine energy. So, with Aries alone, you have courage and bravery, leadership. You initiate things. You're very independent. You're very adventurous, competitive. Also, daredevil. There's boldness. There's impulsiveness, very optimistic, because that fire energy is going to be very positive and doing things. How could you be bold in Aries if you're not optimistic, right? There's a lot of energy because Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Mars is the energy, right? So there's assertiveness, passion, determination, independence, I said already, self identity, really caring about the self, being spontaneous. There's also anger and impatientness, being very impatient. Mercury right now is retrograding in the sign Aries, and you can see people being impatient. I notice I'm impatient with my podcast and my audiobooks, like, hurry up. And that's Mercury in Aries, but now it's retrograding, so it's even worse. Okay. But Aries alone, there's innovation and there's a lot of physical energy because it's dealing with the body. Also, there's new beginnings. Negative things with that. I already said impulsive, right, and impatient, but you could be stubborn. You could be too aggressive. There's the energy of just being self-centered, short-tempered, and reckless as well. Lack attention to detail because you're moving so fast, or you want to be the first in line. Hence, Aries is the first zodiac sign. A lot of restlessness and inconsideration. Now, let's talk about Venus in the sign Aries. Now that you know both of the planet and you know the zodiac sign. Now, Venus is in the sign Aries from April 4th, and I'm filming this April 5th, all the way to April 29th, and then Venus will enter Taurus. Now, Venus is in detriment in the sign Aries, and a planet in detriment is when it's placed in a sign in its opposite sign, and that the ruler is. So the opposite sign of Aries is Libra, and Venus is the ruler of Libra. And let's just say that Venus being in this placement is not that comfortable. The qualities and the characteristics of the planet might not express themselves as easily and harmoniously as some other signs. So we just left Venus in Pisces, and Pisces is exalted in Venus. It loves it there. It's like, hey, we're all girls here. We get along. It's about love and all that stuff. Not saying that it's going to be negative. I just want you to really be aware, because Aries is a sign that's known for being assertive and independent and even sometimes confrontational. Remember, Venus doesn't want to be confrontational. So there's that quite balancing and being uncomfortable with that planet, because we want to have love and harmony and balance. So what else do we have with this as well? Venus energy may manifest differently in Aries compared to its more comfortable planets like Taurus, like I can't think of it, Libra. So we do have that, and Pisces. Being comfortable in Pisces and now coming into Aries, we're going to be very inspired to be more bold and very direct in our romance pursuits, more inclined to take risk in love, confident with our desires and our expressions. This transit also can spark a lot of passion in existing relationships. So it's not just for single people, or maybe spark a new and exciting connection. Embracing spontaneous and adventures when it comes to the matter of the heart. Also embracing individuality, even individuality within a relationship or a social group, and being independent and having an assertive nature, embracing expressing ourselves in a more authentic way. You could be inspired to try new things and step out of your comfort zone, because remember, it is bold and courageous. Our creative inspiration is going to really spark some extra passion and encourage us to do some artistic endeavors that we probably wouldn't have done, and start something new with a creative field or a certain passion, and be really enthusiastic about it, because the fire signs are very passionate and motivating. It's a time to trust the instincts and let our creativity flow freely. unapologetically, okay? And really following the instincts and just going with our gut, because Aries would go with our gut. With Venus and Aries, though, we have a strong projection of the self, and there's short-lived passions because Aries doesn't want to stay there too fast, too long. It wants to move fast, and it kind of gets a little bored. Well, maybe bored is not the word, but yeah, because it is always constantly on the chase for something new, right? We could be have a direct attraction, very egotistical because you're talking about the self of love, and capable of developing bonds. Also could be an issue when you have this, demanding love because you're kind of aggressive, right? You could be honest with love because you don't have time to be fake. A lot of love at first sight makes me think of the reality show on Netflix. I think, what is it called? It's not Love at First Sight. Oh, that's not. That's a different show. That's not Netflix. That's like Blind in Love or something like that. Cannot give of self, rather seduced than be seduced. That energy is going to be strong. And radical feminist, very passionate in love, courageous expressions, spontaneous romance can happen with displacements, individuality within a relationship, not just like, oh, it's us. No, it's about me and it's about you. Okay. Oops. And then what else we have? Setting boundaries, honoring personal needs and self-love and self-care, and taking initiative in relationships, fearless pursuits for anything you desire, celebrating your independence. So all the people who are single, it's like, oh, I'm a woman who independent. This is very Venus and Aries, emotional authenticity, assertiveness, and decision making, energetic approach to life, embracing change, bold fashion. Because remember, Venus is all about aesthetics and fashion and creativity. So you can be really bold with your style of dress. I am naturally like that. So embracing competition too, because Aries loves a challenge, embracing vulnerability. There could be conflict and aggression, impulsivity, self-centeredness. Now, for the collective thing, meaning not just for ourselves individually, but what about the world? What about everyone in America or the country that you live in? How are we going to be as a collective? There's individual empowerment. So the need to be independent and in a society level, promotion of personal style. When we look at the fashion shows, there's going to be a lot of self-expression in fashion and art and lifestyle choices. There may be call for action with some movements like initiatives calling for action to change or reform, and be driven to have a sense of urgency, because remember, it's fast, and courage. Celebrating bravery can happen. You can have a big social event and it's celebrating being bold. Also makes me think of Beyonce just won the Innovator Award. And you see, she just came out too with this cowboy Western album, and that is very Venus and Aries, right? You have the music, you have someone starting a new genre, and being, I don't want to say the first because she's not the first, but you have this and this boldness of like, I'm going to fight what people think negative of me. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. So there could be this celebration of bravery and highlighting the importance of taking risks for a greater cause. There's challenges with diplomatic relationships, like we may face some challenges, our tendency toward direct and confrontational communication. Risk taking can go wrong. Yes, we will be risk takers, but doesn't mean it's going to end out right. And that's the whole point of taking a risk, right? Without proper consideration, consequences leading to some negative outcomes. There's going to be a lot of courageous acts, stories of bravery and courage, especially in challenging situations. That could be more prominent with this placement. Bold initiatives. So the news might highlight some bold initiatives in various fields, driven by a sense of adventure and risk taking. So that's what we have far as Venus in Aries. Right now, Venus has to move in our chart. It has to move in the sky in relationships to other planets, and that makes an aspect. And an aspect aspects are angles between planets that indicate how they interact with each other. For example, a conjunction is an aspect, and it occurs when two planets are in the same sign or even close together, and they become more intense and they combine the energy. Anytime you have a conjunction, it's like could be good or bad. Now, February 6th, Venus is in Aries, is going to sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Very positive. It's the power of love, being deeply transformed by love, the extreme of relationships, loving completely or like not at all is the energy, comprehending a relationship as a challenge or a karmatic lesson, being willing to live through the deep indecisiveness and fundamentally transforming oneself from confrontation from a partner. So, because Pluto is all about transformation and healing, you may be getting this through a loved one, right? Pluto in Aquarius is a relationship that is so different that you really haven't experienced, or maybe it's a surprise within a relationship and its transformation happens for the first time. There could be intensity, passion with this aspect. We're already having it already, right? Being willing to live through a deep decisive and I think that I already said that. Sexual feelings also, irresistible aura is the energy you get that day, right? So intense passion, transformation in relationships, empowerment in love, emotional deepness, and not dealing with the surface level. Even though we know Venus likes to kind of stay safe, that Pluto energy is like, no, let's get really deep. Psychological insight is what you get with this as well. Now, on the 17th, Venus is going to conjunct the North Node, and it's going to oppose the South Node in Libra. And when it's conjunct, the North Node is in Aries. So love, liking, grace, affectionate. Oh, and let me say earlier when I was talking about sextile, that energy is there, but you have to do some work to get all that. And it's very, very positive. Okay. There could be appreciation of art. There is a feminine aura that's very valuable and could be recognized to develop yourself. Lasting difficulties in finding inner peace because love and life has a disruptive effect, because the nodes are very important with our future and what we need to release in our past in this lifetime. So there could be an actual direction of life happening here. Feelings of being unfulfilled could be happening because you're not pursuing your goals in life, right? A great need for affection that are difficult to satisfy. There could be karmatic relationships, balancing independence and your partnerships, because you have that polarizing polarity there with the Libra and Aries. Embracing individuality, letting go of being codependent. Transformation in relationships is kind of like that Pluto energy, and embracing change, because Aries is the sign of new beginnings and change, while Libra is the balance and stability. So this aspect encourages us to embrace change and new experiences, even though it may disrupt a sense of balance. Really positive. I mean, I'm always here for some healing and moving forward. Now, on the 19th, Venus in Aries is going to conjunct Mercury, which is retrograding in Aries, right? So Mercury is the planet of thought and intellect, and thought and intellect could be the same. Processing information, commerce and trade. So money is involved here too. And maybe buying something for the first time, or impulsively buying things, or the trade of buying things online doesn't work out. Be aware of that, especially if you're buying anything that's dealing with sports or physicalness or the body. There's smart and beauty. There is thinking and feeling emerge together, reasons and aesthetics, the concept and image, because you're dealing with the thought of something and the image coming together, like business and art, right? Really going to work and beautifying your business or making your website look better. Remember, Mercury's retrograding now, so take your time and maybe just plan it out, not actually do the website. Just design a website before you launch it. Stylist expression, you could be beautiful with words, doing business with beautiful things. There's galleries, fashion industry, all that can come up with this aspect. There could be a pleasant manner of expression when it comes to writing and art. Great day to write poetry if you are a poet or an artist. There's optimistic thinking, skillful and charming grace, diplomatic and social manner. All that is happening with this aspect. Conversations can have an erratic effect, though, so be aware. You could be inspired and stimulated by your girlfriends. So that's great. There's passionate conversation. There could be a thought of revisiting the past when it comes to communication, especially with your friends or when you're socializing. There could be misunderstandings. Remember that Mercury is retrograding, and you may have to revisit or reevaluate some past communications. So there could be some misunderstandings and reconnecting with the past also, because you are dealing with retrograde, and maybe there's some unfinished business or unresolved issues. Creative expression, again, with this day, very positive, and asserting your desires, and reflection and introspection, because Mercury retrograde is a time for reflection. And this aspect with Venus conjunct is going to bring some awareness to your thoughts and your feelings and your desires. Now, on the 21st, Venus is going to conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the planet of healing. They're both in the sign Aries. So healing your past wound, Chiron is always associated with your deepest wounds and the healing process. So this aspect can bring up wounded issues related to your relationships and your self-worth and how you express love and affection. So your self-acceptance, releasing fear of rejection, embracing your individuality, healing in relationships, forgiveness. Chiron influences us to help and forgive our past hurts, and self-compassion. So hopefully everyone works on that day. Those are the aspects we have. Now, who will be mostly affected when Venus is entering Aries? It's already in Aries, but who will be mostly affected? All my Aries signs, you may feel more heightened sense of confidence and assertion, being very assertive in their personal relationships and creative endeavors. Now, if you are an Aries moon, you may experience a strong desire for emotional independence, and you may feel more inclined to take action to meet your emotional needs. Now, Venus in the sign Aries, if you have that on your natal chart, right, it can enhance your charm and people are more attracted to you, or you're dressing more attractive. You could be more assertive when it comes to love, or more inclined to take risk in relationships. If you have a Mars in Aries, because Aries is ruled by Mars, individuals with this placement may feel particularly energized and driven during this transit, especially in the matters of related to love and creativity and self-expression. Now, if you have an Aries rising, you may experience a boost in personal charisma and attractiveness, and maybe making yourself more assertive when it comes to social interactions. Now, placements, I would think if Venus is in your 7th house, and that's for my Libras, this is going to really affect your love and relationships and your partnerships. Cancers, could be in your 10th house. And I find that this is really big with your public image and beautifying your reputation. Now, Taurus, Venus will be in your 12th house. And I will go over this when I go over the horoscopes, but Venus in that 12th house is going to be some hidden strengths and unconscious patterns. So you may be more assertive and proactive in exploring the area of yourself and solitude, right? Now, let's go over the horoscopes. Okay, and we're going to start with Aries. Okay, Venus is in your sign, so this can bring some boost in energy and confidence, which I said earlier. You're going to feel more assertive, right, in pursuing your desires. So a very lovable energy of self, very friendly. You're going to be very gracious. There's a feminine aura around you, winning by nature or charming nature, very attractive. People are going to find you very striking, very optimistic towards life. There's peace. You're going to have the ability to adapt, and there's popularity with this placement too. Artistic ambitions, you're welcome to go anywhere and everywhere. Nice at all costs and nothing more. So it's just like I'm being nice. Don't ask for too much here. Has a little to offer except a well-behaved, beautiful facade. So you're giving beauty, but maybe there's nothing beyond the surface. You could be a little greedy with this placement. You could be striving for attention. You could be vain. You could be untruthful. There's sensitivity to criticism. May be lazy, so you want to avoid that. There's some youngish, babyish energy with Aries, and so be aware of being immature or with innocent inner feelings. Okay, and there's a lot of charm with this placement. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus. Now Venus is in your 12th house, so you may find yourself more internal and introspective about your relationships and reflecting on your emotional needs and how you can be a better communicator or with your partner. So you could be dreaming of love. You could be selfless when it comes to love. Longing to be together and emerging and becoming one with your partner. You get with this. There's Pisces is very openness, like we're all one and we're all whole. So there could be like the feeling of loving everyone and let's all be at peace. Ability to be dedicated, idealistic, willing to make some sacrifices, especially in love. Maybe even with your art and being very creative. Love is going to be very deep. There could be a spiritual experience with this placement. There's balance, there's divine rapture. Artistically, inspiration. Artistic inspiration can happen. Secret affairs and a secret love. Longing for a love that can't really is not reality because it's a facade and you're in a dreamy state. What else? Concealed sexuality, one-sided love, secret liaison that never comes out in the public eye, anonymous encounters, like having some love relationship with strangers, loving someone who's in prison can happen with this placement, worthiness and love, okay? Let me know how it goes for you guys. I will see you next time. Bye. Now, Geminis, your placement is in the 11th house. Now, if you want a tarot reading on this, please don't forget to join my Patreon. But the 11th house is about friendships and social networks. So it's going to bring some opportunities and new connections or maybe some exciting social events coming your way. You can embrace some adventure and say yes to new experiences. You could be flirting with friends. You could have friendships with friends with benefits, happiness with friends, peace and loving, and being very faithful and obliging. There is a sinking connection with artistic or cultural groups. The flatterer, you will be very charming with your friends, intensely avoids all burdens from friends though. So at the same time, you're socializing with friends, but it's like, do not burden me. Don't be vulnerable when it comes to flattery. Don't fall for anyone who's just giving you nice compliments, especially when it comes to social groups or friendships. There is this Venus in Aries of like wanting to start something with your hopes and dreams and really being creative with that. Go ahead and tap into that. Critical of friends, danger of dependency with friends, thirst for adventure, and really connecting with people, though, is just a nutshell of what we get for this. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancer. Venus is in your 10th house of career and public image, and it can bring recognition and appreciation to your hard work. If you want a tarot reading on this, go ahead and click my Patreon because it will be added on to this video. But this is a time to showcase your talents and make positive impressions on others. You can be very popular, very charming, talented in making and maintaining and developing contacts. You're going to be reliable and faithful with this placement. You could bring happiness and beauty into your professional life and artistic ambitions. Working on something that makes it in the world can be happening. Your reputation right now is going to look really good. There's a sense for charity. Now, be careful. The negative side with this placement is that you could be a scammer. You can use your charm to exploit others for your own personal interests. There could be some egotistical energy. You could be very calculating, pushy, power hungry, overstate status and power. There's also this like attraction with a mother or motherly figure, as well as a mother as a competitor. Also parents, maybe father as well too. Okay. Now I will see you guys next time. Bye. Now, Leos, if you want to know more, if you want a tarot reading with your placement and your horoscopes, go ahead and click the link in the bio with my Patreon. Now, Venus is going to be in your ninth house, though, and it's all about adventure, expansion, and a desire to explore some new horizons, both literally and figuratively. Embracing some adventures and energy to seek out these new experiences. You can have high ideas of love and holy feelings of love, like really religious. Philosophy of joy and optimism in life, the gift of awakening, a positive feeling of self-worth and other people as well. You could be seeking love in a distant place, or like traveling, or maybe getting married abroad or in a different country, or a foreign marriage, or socializing in a different country. There could be a sense of idolizing gurus with this placement, problems with religion and love, overly optimistic because you are in in the house of Jupiter, of abundance and optimism. The energy of God is love in a nutshell is what you get with this placement. So I hope you guys enjoyed, Leo. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos. Now, Venus is in your 8th house of transformation and can bring intense and passionate experience in your love life. Embrace change and allow yourself to let go of old patterns that no longer serve you. If you want more than just what I'm giving you in this video, a tarot reading with this, go ahead and click the Patreon because it will be connected to this video. But there's love and magic, loving everything that's taboo. There's the energy of having beautiful sin, beauty and sin, attracted to what is forbidden, attracted to magic, attracted to astrology, really into tarot cards and the beauty of tarot cards. Maybe never even did tarot and you're starting something new. Into morbid beauty is really also with this. The romance is of what is broken. There's erotic aura energy with this placement. Passionate, intense relationships, fine for the right moment, hidden fantasies and desires. Again, love of magic. Calculating, manipulative is what you get with this placement too. Playing on sexual charms, gaining power, and making money off of sexuality. So be aware of that, or someone depending on you sexually. Are you depending on someone else sexually? The business of love is also with this placement, and jealousy, greed, self-deception, and dying for love. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Libras. Now, this is in your 7th house of partnership and focus in relationships. You find yourself more willing to compromise in your Libra rising. So I guess that's already kind of in you, and working together with partnerships to achieve a common goal. If you want a tarot reading on this, then click the link in the bio because that will be on my Patreon. But there will be love and bliss. Maybe eager to get married could be happening with this placement. Great need for a contact and exchange with an intimate partner. Open for loving a love encounter, and into love and relationships across the board. Partnerships and going out with a friend, hanging out with a friend or a partner or your business partner, falling in love with a business partner, faithfulness in marriage and romantic, optimism with love, ready to be devoted, willing to adapt. Can be too carefree in attitude towards a relationship, recklessness into a relationship or partnership. There may be a high, and then you have to realize that the high is over, like, oh wait, this is really reality. There's superficialness, recklessness, unstable, jealousy. You could be too critical with displacement, possibly also distinct material interest in a partner, just really in it for the money. Okay, so I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, Venus is in your 6th house, and the 6th house is about your health and routine. And it really is going to encourage you to have some self-care with your well-being, taking this time to establish some healthy habits and support your overall wellness. Now, if you want a tarot reading on this, click the link in the bio because it will be on my Patreon. But the sun is shining in this placement, especially in a workplace, promoting harmony at work, You will be tactful and obliging, good team spirit, popular with coworkers, enjoying creative, beautiful designs, maybe even at work. Social commitments could be like a charity event, foster peace on fostering peace at work and making sure that everyone's living in a very harmonious environment. Maybe you will all also have all those sensories happening at work. The life of the party, social is more important than the result of work can be happening. Employees, you could be calculated in order to achieve success with your coworkers. Self-control could happen with this, only falling in love when it's really clever to do so. So be aware of that, Scorpios, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius and Sagittarius risings. Venus is in your fifth house of creativity and romance and children and self-expression. This is a great time to pursue some artistic projects or indulge in a little romance, a little flirt. If you want more than just this, what I'm saying here in this video, I'm doing tarot readings on my Patreon, so click the link in the bio. But you can have great willingness to be happy, deep gratitude for all the beauty of the world. Also, be prepared to overlook what's ugly for the sake of beauty. And maybe you're really into flirting or being flirted. Also, really into romance, right? Knows how to place yourself in the best light, because this placement is all about being in stage and make enchanted impressions. Love of children, children and their love life could be a thing for you in this placement. So be aware of being called when your oldest is having an argument or your youngest is in love with someone. Love and excited about being creative and artistic, self-expression and love of self. Can't be a playboy in this placement, so be aware of the cheating. Okay, superficial and vain behavior can happen, could be calculated and heartless with this placement. All right, I will see you guys next time. All right, Capricorns. Now, Venus is in your fourth house, and it's all about your home and family and bringing a focus on your domestic matters. It's a time to nurture your relationships with your loved ones and create a sense of comfort and security in your home. It's about having peace of mind in your home, making your home really beautiful. Make sure there's peace and pleasant atmosphere in your domestic area. It's also like building a nest, like creating your home and making it really what you want it to be. Like, what do you imagine your home to be, especially with that Aries energy? Great emotional romantic energy, strives for inner peace, love of homeland, can be too emotionally attached to like your mom or your dad's home. Be aware of that, of like not letting go. You can initiate your parents, you could be too into like your parents' marriage and wanting to emulate that too. Stuck on the image of the opposite sex of your like wanting to marry someone like your father can be happening when searching for a loved one. So be aware of that. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. Now, remember, I'm doing tarot for each of the horoscopes, and not each of the horoscopes, but additionally to this video with Venus and Aries. So if you want that, click the link for my Patreon. But Venus is in your third house of communication. You'll find it easier to express your feelings and connect with others on a deeper level. Use this time to have meaningful conversations and share your thoughts and ideas. There's beautiful words with this placement. You could be really popular. Something went down the wrong throat, but very lovely with verbal expressions, and they're spreading cheer and harmonious atmosphere. You're very witty, optimistic, very charming. Could be good with seducing and flattering others with nice words. You have a good relationship with your siblings or your immediate environment or your community. You may be still in the spotlight with this placement, right? And you have a good understanding of how to mediate and settle a conflict. Say words without substance can happen too, because it's just superficial placement with words. Can be graceful but shallow. Trivial superficialness can happen with this. Try not to play pranks on other people, especially your siblings and stuff like that, especially with Mercury retrograding. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces. Now, remember, I'm doing some tarot readings on my Patreon connected to this video, but For your horoscopes, we have Venus in your second house, and that's the house of finances and values, and brings a focus on your material needs and desires. Take this time to reassess your financial goals and priorities, make any necessary adjustments. This is also more like a gold digger kind of placement. So be aware of that. Confidence in your talent, business acumen, dealing with the heart. I mean, not the heart, dealing with art, jewelry, anything beautiful that makes people beautiful. There's joy and comfortable surroundings and possessions with this placement. Seeking love in material possessions. You like to adore yourself in beautiful things. There's a lot of shopping and materialism with this too. Prudence in dealing with money, and watch out for your ego and satisfying your own needs with this placement. Believing in love when it comes to money. Be careful with that, okay? Because love is love. It has nothing to do with the material. Having erratic attitude towards money as well. Okay, now I hope you guys enjoyed all of the horoscope and the whole video. If you stayed and watched this whole video, wow, I really love you. Okay. And if you did, drop a pink heart down in the comments. And until then, I will see everyone next time. Bye.